Hello and welcome. I'm holding your movies hostage, and I have a list of demands. This was brought to my attention after the new title change for How to Train Your Dragon 3, now called The Hidden World. We here at The Last Hervey are particularly proud of this fact because it proves we have influence over major studios. If you'll remember on our summer box office video, we called out Sony Entertainment for calling their Sicario sequel Sicario 2. Not long after that, they changed it. Our criticisms put the fear of God in them, and that started a chain reaction. Now the How to Train Your Dragon sequel dropped the 3 and is called The Hidden World. With all this newfound influence, I've decided to compile a list of demands for this new film. We've already had Hidden Worlds. The first film had the Dragon's Nest, and then the second film had the Dragon's Sanctuary. Shouldn't it be the last Hidden World or the final Hidden World? This better be a super special Hidden World to be credited as the only one. Since we all know DreamWorks has been, well, struggling lately, especially after the second film was released in the US and underperformed compared to the first, they've had to cut back their production crew. Sometimes even farming out their productions to smaller studios in order to save bundles of cash. If this next sequel underperforms, they'll be in dire straits. And even with a smaller production team, I'm still demanding animation on par with the second film. That's not too much to ask, is it? You don't really have to innovate a whole lot, just make sure you're doing the exact same things you did with the second one. I don't want any of those two-dimensional backgrounds we saw in Kung Fu Panda 3. It wasn't like that was a unique design choice or anything. Vikings, they are Vikings. If they don't have beards, you messed up. Historical accuracy is everything in these situations. Vikings had beards. In the second one, Fish Legs makes a comment like he's trying to grow facial hair to impress girls, I guess. He'd be doing that in the first movie. He'd have a beard by the second one. If this one jumps a few more years, where's the hair? I'm not saying Hiccup needs this big scraggly thing. The other teens, or previously teens, there's no reason they shouldn't have beards already. They're men now. Let them look the part. And speaking of them being men, make them grow up, please. Don't make them act like teenagers again. If it's gonna jump a few more years and they're like 25, they can't act exactly the same as they did when they were 15. Because that's too similar to people today. Hey. Our modern bumbling youth need good examples. Hiccup's gonna be cheap for crying out loud. He's gonna have mature development. Follow his lead, you babbling fools. And for your information, there will be spoilers for the first two films, in case you haven't seen them. What are you doing here? Go watch them. They're good movies. Do your homework. You heard me, I'm assigning homework now. Speaking of spoilers, we can see that Gerard Butler is returning as Stoic. How? He was blown to bits. Flashbacks would be fine, but no resurrections. Stop beating that sick horse. The second film was ambitious enough to kill off a major character in such a gut-wrenching scene. If you bring him back to life now, all that ambition was for nothing. And ghosts are too weird. I couldn't stand for it if you made such dopey decisions. Then you'd be too much like these guys. At least he knew when to grow a beard. And before you ask, I don't know if the TV shows covered any of these things because I never watched them. They don't matter. And we need some more quality mother and son time between Valka and Hiccup. You know, before she dies. I predict that this elusive mate that Toothless meets hasn't spent much time around people. And wouldn't you know it, the first person she comes across is Valka. And the first thought in her dragon head is... bacon. With all this death and despair, this film should not flinch from having a more serious tone. Because if it's true that all the dragons are gonna disappear at the end, it can't be all giggles. But with that added drama, you'll need to avoid some serious cliches. Like when Toothless is getting pulled away by this elusive mate. How will Hiccup take this information? Will he just be moping around all the time? Or will he confront Toothless like a man?
Toothless, you can't break up our dynamic duo and go out with this lady dragon. She ate Mom.
But if Toothless begins spending more time away from Hiccup, it'll allow Hiccup to spend more time with his lady friend, Astrid, who, because of Hiccup and Toothless's relationship, has been underused in the movies. I mean, they were a cute couple, right? In all of their 2 scenes together. And with all that added character development, I leave you with my final demand. 2 hours. Plus. If you're good, people won't care. As long as you don't have a 20-minute holiday short in front of your movie, you'll be fine. Give this franchise the send-off it deserves. An epic of animated epic proportions. Not like the animated epic. And with that, I leave you with my final farewell. Good and bye, because I'm not giving these back.
Son, I've returned.
But Dad, you've been dead for years.
I've returned.